My name is Joanna DeMoore-Tanner, and I serve as Executive Director here at Madison Church. We're going to take a few minutes today to look at life in our indoor neighborhoods at Madison. But before we do, it would be helpful to take a quick look back at the road God has brought us on in the last decade. In 2015, Madison received the donation of this abandoned 76,000 square foot building and committed across all sites to develop it through the 415 Franklin project. We entered into a 2-year process of community listening and stakeholder engagement around the question, how can we best use this building as an asset in this community? And came to 3 consistent answers to that question: affordable housing, early childhood services, and high-quality spaces that are available to the community. By God's grace, we partnered in physically restoring the dilapidated building beginning in 2019 and moved in 2021. While the 415 MLK renovation was still in process in 2020, we expanded our conversation with ICCF to consider how we might live into similar vision together at Emerald Flats. This building, located north of downtown on Eastern Ave, was similar to 415 MLK, a huge abandoned school building with the potential to be a place of thriving community. We'd like to give you an idea of what life in these spaces looks like across Madison, and also share some exciting vision for you with what this model of partnership and community could look like in the next season.
At Emerald Flats, our indoor neighborhood is home to Madison's North Campus and 50 apartments right above us. 6 of them are leased by the Oasis community of West Michigan, an organization that empowers people with disabilities to live independently. And for the past 2 years, all of us who lease space here have been gathering in this gym every Thursday night for supper. The food is amazing, but more than sharing food, we've been sharing conversations and developing relationships. We've thrown baby showers and birthday parties for each other. We share prayer requests and celebrations and needs. We have a neighborhood Bible study in the works. Real community is being grown. And in addition to Thursday suppers, every first Sunday is breakfast church. So yes, we eat a lot. But we also play a lot. We have a city park and an outdoor basketball court right outside our doors, and every Monday night there's indoor basketball right here in this gym. God has given us an incredible gift by placing us in this space, and it fosters an incredible way of being church together.
At 415 MLK, our indoor neighborhood is home to Madison's South Hill campus, the offices of ICCF Community Homes, the Jacqueline Baber Bay Early Childhood Center, and 40 apartments for families and individuals. This is a flexible workspace and also a place of community that is used by various groups throughout the week for anything from family celebrations to community events. Another important partnership in this building takes place in the Jacqueline Baber Bay Early Childhood Center, which is one of the most happening places to hang out at 415 during the week. This 5-classroom center is licensed to serve 75 children ages 0 to 5 and is run by the YMCA. Having early childhood education here not only provides a much-needed resource to our community, it also provides opportunities for people living and working in the building to have their children in care right here in our indoor neighborhood. We are so grateful for the partnership of the YMCA in making this resource a reality here at South Hill. We love having neighbors living upstairs in this building, and we are so grateful for opportunities that we have to come together over food, Bible study, Sunday worship, and special events. One of our connecting points happens once a month on Saturday mornings, when we host a time here called Pancakes and PJs, which is a low-key way for families from upstairs and from the church to simply come together over pancakes, coffee, and of course, bacon. As we look to next seasons here at 415, we can look forward to growing these ways of connecting with the love of Jesus and living out the gospel together in the blessing of this indoor neighborhood.
We celebrate the exciting new things God has done at Madison in the past few years and the opportunity we have at all sites to continue to lean in to the next steps that He is calling us into. We need to keep asking ourselves important questions as a church family. Questions like, how do we open our eyes intentionally to both the strengths of our neighbors and also recognize systemic challenges that our community faces? And when we see these systemic challenges and areas of historic disinvestment, what opportunities and responsibilities do we have as a church to partner with our community in addressing them? How can our buildings, the gifts of our body, our staff, and our resources be used by God in this area? And as we live out life in our indoor and outdoor neighborhoods at all of our campuses, we need to keep asking ourselves, how is God calling us to be good neighbors in the community He intentionally planted us in? Our staff and council have been continuing to ask these good questions, and we're excited about possible next steps surrounding the Square campus. We're discerning with the YMCA about the potential of establishing early childhood opportunities in the building and talking to other potential organizational partners to discern how we might work together to bring new resources through this campus. One partnership that we now know will be expanding to the Square campus this year is our partnership with ICCF. To talk more about that, I'd like to introduce you to Antoine Brown, one of our colleagues from ICCF.
Some of the plans that are coming together around the new buildings on the Square campus include a fitness center that the residents will have access to. We're very intentional about making sure they have opportunities to improve not only mental and emotional health, but access to improve their physical health as they choose. Also, one of the things we're super excited about is our outdoor green space. So we will have outdoor green space that the residents will learn to tend to and care for, giving them an added sense of responsibility, an added sense of planting and watching something grow right in their own community that they get to be directly responsible for. And then lastly, but not least, is going to be the large communal shared space. In that space, we plan to host community members, giving speaking engagements, bringing in community resources, hosting Bible studies in conjunction with Madison Church, and speaking with our VP of REDM, Jan Vanderwoord. I learned that the timeline for that development is July of 2024. We hope to kick off this year. The project is projected to take about 17 to 18 months. One of the structures will have 22 units in it. The other structure will have 23 units in it. So collectively 45 units between both structures. Our hope and our vision as an organization is for our residents to have an opportunity to grow spiritually, to access resources in the community, to really address the issue of housing instability, and to grow in the area of economics, to also be able to have access to employment opportunities, shared community resources, and also have mentorship opportunities where needed. We really want to create an environment where holistically our residents and our families get to grow and have an opportunity for greater life outcomes. The presence of Madison Church, being at our 415 location and also being at our Emerald Flats location, has been tremendous for many of our residents, and in some cases life-changing. Having members of the church and church leadership that will walk side by side with our community members, our residents, and teach them about God's word, but also show them the love of Christ, has also been a display for them to follow. So we are so grateful for the partnership and the presence of Madison Church at those locations, and we're super excited about what's going to come in the future with our building down at the Square campus and what's going to take place there.
Church, we are so blessed by the indoor and outdoor neighborhoods that God has planted us in. Let's keep praying and listening for the ways God may be asking us to lean in, both individually and corporately as a church family.